one guy who was in the infield is now in the outfield. It was a big part of the storylines for the spring training for the Astros. Brian McTaggart reporting that Jose Altuve not letting drops the past 2 days deter him. Obviously not really happy about today's and yesterday's, but one thing I know for sure is I want something to go my way. I'm going to do everything I can to do it. At the end of the day, I'm going to be playing. He goes on to say, or I'm going to be playing. I guess that's the end of the quote. Yeah, that's the end of the quote. I guess he's had some adventures in left field. He's been a second baseman his whole career. He was diminished defensively. Joe Spada and the Astros brass clearly thought that defensively they needed to get better. Yordan Alvarez, the slugger, goes to DH. Altuve will be one of the shortest left fielders in the history of modern baseball. He's in left field. Is it working out?
I mean, you could be critical of it right now because the last couple of days he botched a couple of plays. But it does go to show you, as great as a player as he's been, now this is a relatively easy play. But a couple of plays that we're seeing right here are with the man on third base. So there's a lot going on right now, not only trying to get to the ball, to try to get his footwork in the right position to catch it and to make a good throw. You're in the middle of the action at second base. Everything, the lane of the game is different from second base. Right. The read of the bat, now you're in left field. You're further away from the action. You're not sure if a guy gets jammed. You're not sure if he hits it off the end of the bat. When you're playing second base, you're looking right at the main part of the diamond.
And you're reacting.
You can see a swing better. A guy gets jammed or hits one off the end of the bat. It's a lot easier. I think in time, he'll make the adjustment. He's a good athlete. But there may be some days that you're going to have to live with him taking a bad route or a bang-bang play. But I think it's worth it.
You pointed out something there, though, that made me think, in that both of those plays that you saw were earlier in the week. They were with a man on third base where he's forced to think, okay, my timing, my steps to the ball, you want to be moving forward so I can catch fire to home plate. Things that you just take for granted. Almost, watch this again. You figure almost anybody in the league, if you play baseball at all, you know how to make these plays. But, Dad, he just doesn't have the muscle memory in there. He hasn't been seeing the ball from this angle or getting his steps. So, it's almost like Jazz Chisholm when they put him in center field. It's like it's not natural to him. Now, look, he's got the worst defensive run saved at second base over the last several years. But, will he be worse in left field? Can he make the mental adjustments?
Okay, think about this. His entire life, he's been catching a ball from a shortstop, right? And catching and turning and throwing across his body. All of a sudden now he's tracking a ball straight in.
Very different.
And so now he's got to catch a ball in front of him. There's a difference between catching a pop-up as a middle infielder and a guy might be tagging up as opposed to one in center field. You've got to get the route. And it's going to take time. And will there be some mistakes? I'm sure there will. But I think in time he'll be a serviceable left fielder.
It's second base is a more vital defensive position. I mean, at least it's further along on the defensive spectrum. But you make mistakes in the outfield, you're costing 2 bases a clip.
I get it.
You do a lot of damage
out
there.
I think there's a lot more action in the middle part of that diamond. A guy like Framber Valdez rolls a lot of ground balls. Most of his life has been short burst, get to second base, look for a throw, and make a quick throw. Now there's a little more thinking, and the brain gets involved.
And the Diamondbacks make the announcement. Gallen time will be their opening day starter. Zach Gallen, their own guy, despite making the move in the free agent market for Corbin Burns, one of the biggest free agent signings of the offseason. You tell me, rewarding their own guy who's been there?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. Former UNC product. I know I went to NC State. I'm wearing the Carolina blue. All of my Wolfpack Berman right now.
Point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're already there. I'm getting some bad looks from the Wolfpack Nation, but he's a really good pitcher, Brian. Moves the ball up, down, in, and out. Add, subtract. You know what you're going to get. Reliable, no-nonsense guy. I just love his presence on the mound. He's very much in control of his body, but you add that with this guy, Corbin Burns. They're 1-2 punch right now. Even though they're both right-handed, this is an improved Diamondbacks team. They're going to cause some noise. Listen, I think we're both in agreement. The Dodgers would have to have a myriad of injuries for them not to win the West. But this Diamondbacks team, like they proved a couple of years ago, they get in that postseason. You go back at 2023, I'm still amazed what they did Game 6, Game 7 at Citizens Bank Ballpark against the Phillies to get to the World Series. I didn't see it coming. Don't count them out.
Gallen was Gallen for Jazz Chisholm way back when with the Marlins and the Diamondbacks. But it still feels like at this point, since he was so young when he came over, he was 23 years old, he feels like the Diamondbacks' own guy. So you tell me in the hierarchy of the game, they give that start?
Yes.
Corbin Burns is good with that, you would figure?
100%. A guy that's been there for a while. Corbin Burns is well aware of the Diamondbacks, what they've done, and what Corbin and what he's meant to that rotation. So I don't think Gallen, there's no question in my mind, he's good with it.
Yeah, opening day starter is still a thing. Jose Trevino and the Reds agree on an extension. This is according to our own John Heyman. Will be 3 years total now for almost $15 million plus a club option. Trevino with the Yankees last few years came over in a trade. He is one of the elite framers in the game. This is the highest defensive runs saved among catchers the last 3 years. Number 2 in all of baseball, and right behind Alejandro Kirk. Again, you still need pitch framing in this day and age. We haven't gone automatic ball strikes completely, and so the Reds recognizing that.
I like this move. It's a staff of guys. Hunter Green, in my opinion, one of the top up-and-coming starting pitchers in baseball. I thought the acquisition of Brady Singer was huge for them. There's a lot of upside to the Reds. Yeah. And the Terry Francona factor. It's real.
We saw Terry in camp as well. There is going to be energy there. I think, right, between those two, and the Cubs are also quite good. It's going to be difficult.
Yes.
Right? It's going to be a real fight. But I agree with you. That division is pretty good, better than most people think.